I like the way the Mafia did it. Like,
Go ahead. I'm curious to hear. I'm curious.
I like the way the Mafia did it. I think the Mafia did it like it was smart. They ran a family business, right? But that was the only kink, right? The kink was that they were family. They knew that you can't just be like, you're out of here, Johnny. Then see him at Thanksgiving. Like, okay, listen, Johnny.
You have to work through it.
You have to work through it. And so it created this really cool dynamic. But the one thing I really respect is the work hard, play hard mentality the Mafia had. When it came to business, it's business. Like, this isn't a game. But
they knew what they were going to get from their family. They knew my mama's going to trip, or my mama's going to be moody, or my dad's going to do this.
But they all in, though. That's what's crazy.
You know what you're going to get. With staff, you don't know.
You have no clue. Yo, actually, that's so true.
At least I know me and my brother will fight and he'll apologize. At least I know my California mom, who sometimes I'm like, oh, keep your opinion to yourself. She can get the job done. Point blank, period.
Right.
I know what I'm going to get with her.
Right.
That's why I want to bring them on board.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's huge. Anything else you want to add before we move on to the final few questions that I have?
Nope.
Okay. Awesome. So we so I want to shout out our editor. I'm gonna call her Chief Content Officer Christine over here. She has drafted a few questions that we have.
Oh, perfect.
They're pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie. So
and you can tell obviously I'm open. So hey.
We have some level questions.
All right.
So I'm gonna ask probably like 2 from each.
Yeah.
You have a son. I think this might be a good one.
Yeah.
And he's far off, right? He's 12 years out. What piece of advice would you give to your 14-year-old self?
To my 14-year-old self?
14. Where are you at in 14? What were you doing? Like you're in middle school, just about to enter high school?
Freshman year.
Freshman year. Yeah, just about to high school. Yeah.
Oh man, I would say get good grades. It matters because you can get good grades and get into a good college and your whole world can change. Get good grades and leave girls alone. Women are always going to be there. I did the opposite. I focused on women and didn't care about my grades and had a long route to get my degree and graduated way later than I was supposed to. If you get your good grades, no matter what situation, no matter what hood you're from, you can be in the lowest community in the world.
Right.
If you have strong academic, you can get into a UCLA and you could be around a millionaire whose parents are millionaires, somebody whose parents are millionaires.
The network.
And it can change your world. College changed my world because I got to see a different perspective. I would tell myself, don't date, focus on your grades, be a nerd. If I had a do-over, I would be in band at Etowanda. And I would play the clarinet, I would be a dork, and I would just do it over and get good grades.
Okay.
Because then that puts you in another category. You're around different people. You're out of your community. You can go to what? University of Alabama, Texas, Michigan. You can go anywhere. University of Washington, and it can put you around a different category, and God can open up a door because you're in the right place at the right time.
The freedom of choice.
If you don't get your grades, then you're stuck to community, trade. You're stuck in the area you grew up in.
You don't have choice. That's a really good answer. Second, another one. Again, this is level 1. We can get into the crazy stuff.
All right.
If there was a movie about your life right now, what actor would play the best you and why?
Ooh. Michael B. Jordan.
Yo, I'm so happy you said that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Or
because he does I think he would hit it right. Absolutely agree.
Michael B. Jordan, or man, I'm so mad I don't know his name off the top of my head. The person who passed away who plays Black Panther.
Chad
Boseman.
Yeah.
Chad Boseman, yeah.
Because there's also a quiet side to me as well, even though I'm an extrovert, but there is a quiet, I think, just strong leadership about those two individuals.
Yo.
And you can see in all the movies they play that they're fighters, but they don't always have to be the loudest in the room. And I think if somebody were to know me, I wouldn't just come out. I'm not the type, I do this, this, and that. No, if you ask me, I'll tell you, though. So I think those two would be great to betray me because I think they can show that my life, my experiences, that, hey, you can be confident in who you are, but also maybe you don't always have to verbally say it sometimes. But I think those two know who they are.
Yo.
You don't always have to say it.
Right.
And I feel like that's me. I feel like I know who I am, and whether you agree or you know or not, I know. That's what makes a man. I know. You don't have to know.
Right.
I know. I think those two know. At least in their movie roles.
Facts. I love it. All right. Level 2.
Level 2.
Can I preface this? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Or can we just ask this question?
Maybe we can do whatever we want. I ain't
All
tripping.
right. All right. Some people say that to protect, children's innocence, right? It's okay to lie. Like, Santa's real, right? Mm-hmm. When do you lie to people and why?
For one, I'm not. When I was younger, I would lie a lot. But now I don't really lie to people now. If people ask me, I'll tell them. The most I'll probably do is avoid it for a little while. And then if they want to know, then I'll tell them. But I would say this. I'm at a place where I'm going to speak if I know you'll listen. It's not a lie. It's prolonging the truth. I think there's a time and place for it. Why am I going to tell you if you can't accept it? I'll use my little brother as an example. He wants to graduate, get his master's, and live all around the world. I'm like, that's not going to work. I don't think that's sustainable. But I'm not going to tell him that. He's not ready to hear that yet. He's not ready. When he's ready, I'll tell him. Now, if he asks me, I'm going to for sure let him know. But I'm not going to come in and just say, hey, you need to do this, 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 and that. He doesn't know I got a long-term goal. You about to come work for me. So that's where I'm going with this. I think when he's ready to accept it,
right,
I'll let him know.
Right.
If people are ready, then I think I have no problem saying it. But sometimes I'm not going to waste my breath because I know you're not there to accept it. Or you're going to take offense to it.
Okay.
Because by nature, I'm not one to be like, hey, do this, this, and that. I'm a peacemaker by nature. So I'm really, okay, cool, I'm going with the flow. But if it goes there and we have to get there, then it can get there.
Right.
But I'm not a type A by nature.
Right.
By nature. So that's kind of how I handled it. Can this person accept what I'm going to say? Or are they going to be sensitive about it and not believe me? Even though what I'm saying could be factual.
So then I have 2 more questions. Still on level 2. And then I have one final level 3. What experiences did you have as a child that you wish others could have?
Having a great dad. I wish everybody can have that. Because you get your identity from your dad. I'm sorry, but you do. We all come from women, and I'm so grateful to that. Huge. So I think I hold a special place in my heart for women now that I didn't understand when I was younger. We all come from them. I need women to go like this with their kids. You're gonna be all right. Nourish them. And I need a sense of direction from my daddy. I wish everybody can experience that because, like I said, even though I had turmoil, I've always had direction because he gave that to me through him. A man needs to know where he's going. Not always know how you're going to get there. It could be cloudy underneath that bridge, but just know on the other side, that's where you're supposed to go. And I know how to navigate that. If he were to die today, if I were to lose everything today, I know how to navigate stuff. I know where I'm going. Helping kids. My dad helps people. That's all I saw growing up. So I can be what I saw. But most young black people can't be what they don't see, which is why people gangbang. Because you don't have an identity.
You don't know.
So you go, okay, I guess I got to make it up. I guess I got to steal. I guess I got to rob. I guess I got to fight because nobody's saying, hey, you don't have to do that. So by default, if you don't have a father figure in your life, you're automatically a question mark in some ways. And you're going to have to work through that. Where for me, that's a part I didn't have to really work through. Chaos, confusion, but I know where I'm going. I know I want to help kids.
Yo, final question.
Yep.
Oh man, I have 2 really good ones. I'm gonna ask this final question. I'm curious how you're gonna take this.
Yeah.
But I think this might be good.
And to go back to lying, I lie on financial aid.
All right.
That's where I'm a lie. Point blank, period. Because you're not finna scam me out of all my money. I need my bread to pay for school. So carpool and financial aid. Let's get that straight. Oh, God.
Yo.
I'm a big capper when it comes to that. I'm in and out the lane. Look, I'm don't care. If I see the police, I'm getting over because I drive a Camaro. So I'm you're not seeing me. I'm quick. I'm gone. I'm a capper. I'm a liar when it comes to that. I'm capping. Dog. Financial aid, I'm capping.
Anytime I see a Camaro, I'll be like, yo, that's some money.
That's money right there.
That's some money right
Financial
there.
aid, I don't know my parents. I don't know them at all. I make $0. I'm poor. I'm broke. Because I need all that bread from y'all.
Yo, that's my money, too.
I'm capping.
It's taxpayers' money, man. All right, final question. This is a deep one, the final deep one. When was the last time you cried?
2 days ago.
Shit. And why?
I just broke. I've never cried like that in my life. I told my wife, once again, growing up in a black home, I didn't know what anxiety was. And we talked about it. We were arguing about something late at night. She was on my head, like she should be. And I was like, babe, I just haven't been all the way there. There's so much anxiety. And I just broke. Now, typically when I cry like this. Like a little black kid getting whipped. And I'm like, and then I'm done. It's literally one tear my whole life. I bawled 2 nights ago. And I felt that heaviness leave. And I was praying this morning. I was like, thank God for taking that away. I couldn't even sleep at night with all my anxiety I've had lately. And I just bawled. My wife just hugged me because she's a marriage and family therapist, right? I'm like, dang, she just affirmed me. And I told her, I said, I don't need the world's affirmation. I said, but I need your affirmation. Because I said, when I was younger, I didn't get it from my mom's. And I just broke. I was like, I said that out loud and I broke. I got it from my dad. But when I said that out loud, I couldn't stop crying. I had snot bubbles, dog. I just broke. And she held me for about 15 minutes, and I just bawled my eyes out. Like, I never got that affirmation that I needed as a kid. I never got it. I scraped my leg, you all right? I never got like, oh, let me kiss it and make it feel better. So 2 nights ago, I bawled. And I'm so thankful, like, God allowed that moment to happen between me and my wife. Because now I can sleep better at night. And now I don't feel as on edge. Because the ADHD for sure has me feeling on edge a little bit. I can get hostile and aggressive for sure. But now I feel a little lighter now. Like I'm going back to my original nature that God intended.
More nimble, yeah.
Because I was able to cry and let it all out. And I told my wife, if I can cry, she's like, you should cry all the time. I'm like, if I could, I would. It just don't work like that.
Right.
I cry out of anger. But I cried out of sadness and brokenness 2 nights ago. And I'm so thankful. Because I feel like I actually got somewhere in here. Because as a man, especially being a black man, you have to do the personal work. A lot of people don't do the personal work.
You're not. Yo.
Dog. You have to do the personal work for your wife, for your family, bro.
Yo,
I got it. I have to let those tears out.
Yo, for real.
So then my son can get a healthy dad. My wife can get a healthier husband. My family can get a healthier family member. So I'm better that I cried. I'm so thankful for it.
The world's not ready for you, man. I really appreciate you sitting down with us, brother. Yeah, where can people find you, man? Can you I know you want shout it out, please. Shout out.
Super simple. You can find me on IG. Follow me on IG, Santa Monica Boulevard. Armani Graham will pop up. There's a picture of me and my wife. Literally just spell out Santa Monica Boulevard. Spell it out all one word. SantaBlvdMonica. Santa Monica Boulevard.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Today we had a painting donated from Miss Song. She's the one who did your painting today.
Nice.
I know some of the things you mentioned was like black is one of the things that really embody you.
Yeah.
But brightness, colors.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what she thought of.
That's amazing. I love that. I love colors and art. Like, I love that.
So thank you so much for being on our show. Thank you so much for joining us again. This is the B&E podcast, beginning of the never ending. Any final things you want to mention? Anything you want to plug? Anybody you want to shout out or anything at all?
Yeah, I would just say, if I can give anybody any advice, figure out what makes you mad. If you can answer that, no matter if you have your mom and dad, if your parents are both deceased, if you come from the worst possible situation in the world, if you can answer that question, your life will start to make sense. If you don't have that answer, then there's going to be a little turmoil, or you're going to do something that you don't love. And you'll go to work and you'll just feel like, why am I doing this? So be purposeful, figure out what makes you angry, map a career around it, map a trade and a degree around it, and you can make money and impact people. It's really that simple.
Facts.
So that's it. I want to thank you guys for having me on the show. I think it's a blessing because, like I said, I've always laid down and be like, man, somebody needs to capture my story, dog.
No,
I know I got a lot of good things to say. Somebody needs to capture it, bro.
Listen, we're here. Hey,
that's it.
Yeah, no, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who's jumping on. We're going to be gone for the next week, but we'll be back on, I think it's August. Oh, it's October 31st. We have another show. We're going to be meeting down with Miss Amanda Torres. So super excited for that. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for chiming in. My man, holy cow.
Yeah, bro.
Yo.